Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with InvestFourMore. We're doing a new type of video today. We're going through an old video I made in 2017 about the cost to repair a house, and I'm talking about how those costs have changed, and maybe even mentioning a few things I was wrong about back then. So let's see exactly what the costs are now, and they're definitely way higher than they used to be, and we'll also show you what this house looks like at the end. Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with InvestFourMore. I am standing outside one of my fix and flip properties. Had a lot of questions about how much it costs to repair these. So in this video, I'm gonna go through the exterior, the interior, kind of give you an idea of what we estimate the cost to be on repairing everything. Just word of caution, it's always more than I think it's going to be. I always assume there'll be, in a house like this, at least $5,000 more in cost for little things I don't account for, or unknowns. So $5,000, that would be nice. Now it's probably $10,000 or $15,000 more for the little things and things you just don't see and don't know about. Partially just because things have gotten so much more expensive and labor's more expensive. There's just a lot that you cannot know about when you first see a house, and you won't find out until you really dig into it and get into the remodel. It's not always set in stone how much something is going to cost, but hopefully this can give you an idea of what we pay. There's such a huge range of what contractors will charge, based on the contractor, their crew, their skill level. As a flipper, I can't pay, top price for a contractor. I also don't want to pay bottom barrel for someone who's going to do bad work. So there's kind of a middle ground where you find good contractors who are affordable, maybe not the absolute best, but also get things done in a timely manner. And of course, check out InvestFourMore.com for more information on everything I'm doing. I have 19 flips going at the moment, so it keeps me busy. Bought 2 more this week. So this house I bought about a month ago. As you can see, we've had some things done on it already. We had the windows replaced. So on the windows, it's about $300 a window installed to replace old windows with new. Those are gelled-win windows from Home Depot. Windows have definitely gotten more expensive. So that $300 was installed, cost of window, cost of labor. Now you're probably looking at $400, $500 a window. And I mentioned in this video, but that's for basic small-sized windows. The bigger window you get, the more that goes up for sure. And if you're talking about big picture windows, you could be spending $1,000 a window installed easily. Much, much more if you want to go like the Anderson route and spend big money on those. Nothing fancy. You don't have to put in super fancy Anderson Lowy windows. They're not that much better than what you can get at Home Depot. And it doesn't make sense to spend 15 grand on windows when you can spend, a couple thousand on them. So those are windows. But along with windows, you can see we had to trim out some of the exterior. That's a little extra. There's just, if it's a brick house, it might be extra depending on how they are. If you want to get in-stock windows and you don't have the right sizes, you might have to do more custom work. That can all add to the cost. Those are the windows. Another thing to consider, those are our dumpsters. We always have a lot of trash out, a lot of things, carpet, materials. Sometimes people leave stuff in the house, like in this house. That dumpster there, I think that's a 30-yard dumpster, maybe it's a 40. Cost us $400 to $500 for that dumpster. Those dumpsters now are about $500 to $600, and realize that we get a discount on some of this stuff too because we do so much in bulk. Now we're not doing as many flips as we did back then, but we are doing bigger commercial projects. We use a lot of dumpsters. We had a hoarder house where we had like 8 to 10 dumpsters or something crazy, and if we do something like that, our dumpster company will give us a deal as well. But for just using one dumpster, I think it's about $550, maybe $600. And then the other thing that's really kind of changed is before, they'd kind of let us keep it as long as we wanted within reason. Now they're wanting them back within a couple weeks, a month at the most. We can keep those. Not that we want to keep them that long, except for some certain projects, but they definitely are trying to keep them moving faster than they were before. That's delivered and for them to pick it up. This siding, some of you may be familiar with it when it's got kind of this curved, weird texture. This is asbestos siding. So you will see this on houses.
Just want to jump in here real quick. That's suspected or possible asbestos. We didn't test it. We don't know for sure. But looking at it, it definitely could be asbestos, but we don't know for sure.
It's not as bad as you may think it is, though. Asbestos is dangerous if you tear it apart, the dust gets in the air. That's when it can cause cancer, all types of other health problems. If you leave it here and you don't destroy it, it's fine. It won't hurt you. So on this house, you could re-side over it. You could put all new siding over the top of it. That would probably be, I'd say $3,000 to $6,000 for new siding. Then you'd have to come over and paint it as well. To paint the exterior of this house, you're probably looking at $2,000 to $2,500, depending on what condition it's in. The more prep work they have to do, the more it's going to cost you. But for this one, what we're going to do is we have some broken pieces here. You can see like that piece right there, chipped up, broken. There's some more broken pieces over here above the window. You can order these pieces of siding online. Sometimes the box stores carry them. They're not made of asbestos, but they look exactly the same. So you can take off one piece, replace them, and check with your state local guidelines. But in my town, as long as you're not, I think it's getting rid of more than a trash can full, like a 50-gallon trash can full of asbestos. You don't have to have any special permits, any special licenses to do it. You can get rid of it. So you can take off these pieces, replace them as needed, and it's going to be very affordable, much cheaper than re-siding the whole house. We'll still paint it. As you can see, the paint's faded. So we'll come back and repaint it. But we don't need to re-side the whole thing. We don't need to get crazy with it. The siding might concern a few buyers, but again, if you explain to them, yeah, it's asbestos, but it won't hurt you as long as you don't disturb it, it's usually going to be just fine. You can see up there's some peeling paint, so I have to get all the trim painted as well. One thing to be concerned about with houses that are built before 1978 is they could have lead-based paint. Again, that's houses built before 1978. Any contractor, any painter who's doing work on a house needs to be certified to remove lead-based paint if they're doing any house older than that, unless you take the paint off and have it tested and know for sure it doesn't have lead-based paint in it. They need to be certified, special training to remove it correctly. So on older houses, it can be much more expensive to paint the exterior. If you've got to remove a bunch of old paint first, it can double the price of painting. And sometimes it's almost worth it to re-side it, or even stucco it, then go through the pain of peeling and then still having maybe old siding that isn't in very good shape. We have stuccoed a few houses as well. To stucco this entire house, I would guess it would cost us from $8,000 to $12,000, in that range. So it's usually a little more expensive to stucco than re-side, repaint everything. All right, as you can see, the roof is okay, but there's some shingles peeling, little marginal looking. To replace the roof on this house would probably cost me about $4,000 to $6,000, depending on the condition. It's only one layer.
Roofs are one of the things that have gotten so much more expensive. So this house, even though it's a very small house, probably is $7,000 to $10,000 now, maybe a little bit less, depending on if you need sheathing, shingles, all of that. Asphalt has skyrocketed in price because I tried to figure this out. Why are roofs so much more expensive now than they used to be? And a big part of it is that shingle itself has gotten way more expensive. And of course, labor's gotten more expensive. Everything's gone up. But roofs are one of the things that have really hit us hard.
So you can see right there's one layer of shingles, which is good. The more layers you have, the more expensive it is. Code now says we can only have one layer of shingles. You can't shingle on top of another layer, even if there's just one. So they have to remove this roof, put on a new one. If the sheathing, the plywood underneath it is in bad shape, obviously replacing that costs more. but there's a huge difference in roofing company prices. So our company, local company, pretty small, they're very affordable. If we were to go to one of the bigger companies that does a ton of business, they'd probably charge us $10,000 to $12,000 for that same roof. So you really have to shop around for contractors, for roofing, for windows, for subs. There's such a big difference in what people charge you. All right, as you can see, some of the roof here is falling in a little bit. That's the little stuff that you always don't always think about that adds up. A few $100s here, a few $100s there, that really adds to the budget. All right, in here, this house was full of trash, and actually our guy did not trash it out completely, which is a little bit annoying because we paid him to, so we have to come back and fix that. But that's another cost, is trashing out this property. If you see one of my before videos, I have a video of this house when we first bought it. It had stuff piled all over. I think it was like $800 to $1,000 to get the trash out done. And the garage too. The garage was full of stuff.
Trash outs are more expensive too. Again, labor costs are up, the dumping costs are up. So I'd say if we're doing a trash out, it's probably at least $1,500 if there's any amount of stuff in the property, pulling carpet, pulling appliances, getting all the stuff out of there. Or you could have like our hoarder house, where it's probably $10,000 to $15,000, where we had 8 to 10 dumpsters. Maybe it's more than that to trash that one out. It was crazy.
Filled up that dumpster pretty quickly. But looking at this house, there is hardwood floors under this carpet, which is nice. I love hardwood. I'm guessing it's going to cost, from $1,000 to $1,500 to have the hardwood refinished. There's a living room, 3 bedrooms back here, all with hardwood. There's probably 600, 700 square feet of hardwood that needs refinished. Painting the interior, we'll want to paint the entire interior. That'll probably run from $1,500 to $2,000 to do all that. We'll have to replace, as you can see, the trim on the windows, because we replaced the windows. A few $100s for trim everywhere. And the funky thing on this house, this looks like drywall. It's not. That's paneling, and you can kind of see it on the ceiling. It's all these weird panels, and we've got to redo the electrical in this house, which means we're going to have to cut into it, tear up a bunch of it. So we might end up tearing off all this paneling, putting in real drywall in after the electrical's done and some plumbing work is done. So drywalling this entire house, I'd probably say another $3,000 to $5,000 to do that. Then you've got to paint it all. So that adds to the budget quite a bit. Replacing light fixtures, we'll replace all the light fixtures with newer stuff. You can buy light fixtures really cheap. You can get a fixture that's brushed nickel, oil rub bronze like that for $20 at Home Depot.
Light fixtures really haven't gotten that much more expensive, but we can also buy them by the pallet. Our managed Home Depot account lets us get it really cheap. Now you can go to a lighting store and pay hundreds of dollars per fixture and just go crazy, but we don't need to do that. We've never done that, and I see that a lot on HGTV, where they go to these specialty stores and just spend a crazy amount on fixtures, lights, faucets, etc. And that's an easy way to just destroy your budget, and something most people will never notice.
Shouldn't cost too much to install it. So I figure if you put in new fans, chandeliers, lights everywhere, $800 to $1,000 installed for everything. Doors, we might have to replace most of these doors. That one for sure. Probably $100 to $150 per door installed to replace all those. Checking out the bathroom. It's actually a decent tub. Too bad it's so completely disgusting. New tubs are really cheap, $150, but you have to install them, which is more expensive. New vanity. I won't even show you the toilet because it's pretty nasty right now. Probably tear out all this cheap surround stuff. To redo this bathroom, it doesn't have a shower, so we have to put a shower, replumb it for a shower. Probably take $1,500 to $2,000 to, if we do new tub, new vanity, new toilet, put in the shower, retile everything in that price range.
I may have been a little off on that one. It probably was a little bit more back then too, and definitely more now. You're probably looking at $3,000 to $4,000 to do that bathroom, depending on what fixtures you use, how far you go. I know people tell me they spend $10,000 to $15,000 on a bathroom like that, and I'm like, no, we don't spend that much. You don't have to. I know you can. You can always spend more, but we're still, under $5,000 on a bathroom. But the costs there, plumbers are so expensive now. We have a fantastic plumber who's probably cheaper than he should be, and don't tell him I said that. But some plumbers are charging like $150, $200 an hour now. It's crazy. So if you're looking for a career or a job and you're young and starting out, some of these trades are making so much money because nobody is doing it anymore, and there's so much demand, and they're so hard to find people. Electrician, plumber, even HVAC. There's massive demand for those. So something to look into if you're looking for a new career.
All right, we'll head over here to the kitchen. We're gonna redo this floor too. It's really ugly, really dirty. Few $100 to $500 to redo all the tile in here. Kitchen, we're gonna completely blow out this kitchen, redo it. So we're gonna move the sink over here, add a dishwasher, all cabinets along that row, leave some cabinets over here too. The new kitchen we'll get from Home Depot, counters we'll get from Home Depot, materials will probably be about $3,000 to $4,000. That includes the sink, counter, cabinets, appliances will be another $1,000. Installing everything, you can get this kitchen done for probably $7,000, I'd say, in that range.
Cabinets haven't really gotten that much more expensive. Countertops not that much more expensive, but appliances are way more expensive. They've almost doubled in cost. Where we were spending $300, $400 for a stove before, now we're spending $600, $700, sometimes even more, just because they're hard to find, and the basic stoves are hard to find. So the cost of this kitchen might be $8,000 to $10,000 now. Not a ton more, but the appliances, they are really way higher.
Move on back here. We got more stuff. That's where the hot water heater used to be. Hot water heater installed, $800. Shouldn't be more than that. They're pretty simple, fairly easy to do. Here's the heater. It's newer. It's in good shape. We don't have to replace it, which is nice. We might have to do some vent work because they don't have vents in the kitchen or living room, but that's pretty easy to do. If you had to replace this furnace, probably $2,500, maybe $3,000 to replace the furnace. If you had to install an entire new system with vents, all of that, running the gas line, assuming this house maybe it just had a space heater, which we run into sometimes. New central heating system, probably $6,000 to $8,000. If you wanted to add AC to this house, because this house I do not believe has air conditioning, probably $3,000 to add air conditioning, central air conditioning, hook it up to it, add the unit, all of that. Let's see what I'm missing. Oh, electrical and plumbing. So we get an inspection done on the houses. Not before I buy them, but actually after I buy them, just to know what all needs done. This house has old wiring, has old galvanized plumbing. So the wiring, if we're rewiring the whole thing, we're looking about $4,000 to $5,000. That's new wires, new panel. I think they even have to redo the service outside. So it's a full job. Plumbing, replacing all the piping, probably another few $1,000, $3,000 to $5,000, that range. My plumber is really good and cheap, so I get a good deal.
Electrical is going to be more than that now for sure, especially a new service. That's gotten way more expensive, takes way longer to get as well. Probably $6,000 to $10,000 for this house. Plumbing, I was probably a little low on that estimate. Even back then, it's probably going to be $4,000 to $6,000 to repipe everything. Now you're probably looking at $6,000 to $10,000 again, depending on how many bathrooms, what you're doing, how far you're going, how much pipe needs to be done. Those have definitely gotten much more expensive.
After you get all that done, we'll pretty much have a brand new house almost. Not quite. If you were gonna do carpet instead of hardwood, that would probably be more expensive. Probably looking at a couple $1,000 to $2,500 to carpet this whole house. If the hardwood was in worse shape, they do patchers, fillers. That of course adds to the cost. See here, you can see the old electric panel, which is pretty dated. And have not been keeping track of how much all this adds up to, but it adds up to quite a bit. This job will probably be, 30,000 range, somewhere in there. Maybe someone can add up all the costs I did for me and let me know. But yeah, it adds up. There's a lot of work to do. And then there will be lots of minor stuff I didn't mention as well, and that's why you add on. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. And of course, check out InvestFourMore.com for more information. Everyone, it's Mark Ferguson with InvestFourMore. I'm standing outside one of my recently completed fix and flips. Bought this property for right around $100,000. We'll be listing it for $199,900. Put about $30,000 of work into it. I have some pretty good before videos on this property, as well as a video that went through exactly what I thought things would cost for the repairs. Came in really close to what we thought it would be. Yeah, we'll take a look at the house. Still have our dumpsters here, but we'll get those out today. Make sure you check out InvestFourMore.com. For more information on my flips, I've got a fix and flip scorecard page, which you can find under the resources tab, that goes through all my flips, what I bought them for, what I spent on them, what I think they're worth, and what I think I'll make on them. So be sure to check that out. All right, so the house had hardwood floors. We refinished them. They turned out really nice. This property actually had this weird cardboard, plywood, drywall imitation stuff. So we ended up drywalling almost the whole house. New windows in the whole house, new electrical, updated plumbing, new doors, new paint everywhere. It's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. So here's the smallest bedroom. Here's the bathroom, which we redid, new tile, vanity toilet. The second bedroom has new windows as well, new doors. We got those old antique looking handles from Home Depot. We get almost all our supplies from Home Depot now with our Managed Pro account. Here's the last bedroom. It has kind of a bigger closet with 2 doors. We'll take a look at the kitchen, which was completely redone. New cabinets, new appliances, new counters, new light fixtures throughout. Back here is kind of the laundry room with a new hot water heater. The furnace is back here, which we need to clean up a little more. It's a little dirty after the remodel. Out back, we have the garage, which we didn't spend a lot of money on. We repainted it. Has this kind of covered patio area, like a workshop back here. This still needs to be cleaned up a little bit as well. Get all this stuff out of here. A few supplies left over. And the back of the house has all new paint. This is actually asbestos siding. I know a lot of people freak out about asbestos, but it's not harmful if you don't disturb it. So if you were to take all this off, it would be a huge pain. You have to have an environmental company do it. But if you leave it and don't disturb it, it really doesn't hurt anybody. And you can actually get replacement tiles that look similar to this. So let me see if I can show you some of the replacement tiles. They don't look exactly the same, but they're really close. Where's some? Somewhere. If I can't see them, I guess that's a good thing. I think that's some down there. You can kind of see it's just a little different, but really close to the same. So yeah, this house should be a good one. Like I said, spent about $30,000 on the rehab. Had a new contractor do it. Always a little slower than we like, but he did a real good job on the work. Yeah, that's the property. With carrying costs, financing costs, all that, probably add another 15 or 20,000, so we'll have 45,000, maybe 50,000 of costs into it, which would leave us a very nice profit if we end up selling it close to 200,000, which we should have no problem doing in this market. The median price in Greeley, Colorado, where I'm at, it's about 284 right now. So it's almost nothing for sale under 200,000, let alone something that's fixed up and in great shape. All right, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the other videos that show what it looks like before we did the remodel. Needed quite a bit of work. And yeah, we'll talk again soon.